turned off. And then I opened my eyes. And my doctor was doing what I later found out was external heart massage. I had never heard of it, but she had her, it felt like her knuckles into my sternum and was just really beating up on me is what she was doing. And this is a wonderful woman, my doctor. I couldn't imagine what she was doing to me. And I said, I don't mean to be rude, but would you please stop that? And she smiled and she said, yes, I will. And she did. And this whole experience came about when I was having a baby. And she was a very good friend of my mother's. And I wanted terribly to ask her, I know what was happening to me. I want to tell you about it. Please tell me what was happening on your side. What were you doing? But I didn't dare, because I thought, she will of course tell my mother and father, and everybody will think I've had a psychotic breakdown of some kind, and they'll all be worried to death. And this is the most precious thing that has ever happened to me, beyond anything I could ever have imagined. So I'll just have to keep it, I guess. So what she did say to me, after I was back in my room, and she came in and she said, you gave me a very bad time for a few minutes, but everything is fine. You're fine, the baby's fine, everything is great. I told my husband about it, and he believed me. He didn't think for a second I was making it up. But he said, I can't understand it. I don't understand it. But I know that if you say it happened to you, it happened to you. And I asked him, I said, did Dr. Gray say anything to you? And he said, well, yeah, she did come out and she said something like, boy, we almost lost her, but everything's fine now. Everything, baby's fine, she's fine, everything's great. I said, did you ask her what happened? He said, no, I didn't want to hear anything. I just wanted to hear what she said. You're fine, the baby's fine, everything's great. So I do think I know what happened to me. I was speaking one time, back in the 80s. I did a lot of speaking at churches and groups, and there was a doctor in my audience, and he said, well, I think because of the kind of anesthesia that you had, it was a self-administered thing. It was called a Trialine mask, and it was a bracelet that was on the wrist, and when you had a really bad pain, you would put the cone up and inhale deeply, and it would knock you out just like that, but only for a few seconds until the pain was over. Then you came back and you waited, chatted, and then waited for the next pain and breathed again. And that's what kicked me into my experience, was a really horrendous pain, which I think was the pain that my Julie actually emerged on. And I put that nose cone up to my nose, and I inhaled so deeply that I think it went all the way down to my toes. And the minute I finished inhaling, I felt my spirit, soul, whatever, go up through. I really started having the feeling in the chest, and it went up and up and up and up and right out of my head. And I heard it as well as felt it. It sounded like whoosh, just a nice little gentle whoosh. Yeah.